Chris said that he kind of asked your permission about the lineup change.
Yeah.
How did that go?
I gave him hell, man. No. I said I completely understand. We'll do it, whatever it takes for our team to find some rhythm and for myself to find rhythm or whatever. So it was real quick conversation.
Was it a coincidence that you did have a rhythm for a lot of this game?
I mean, I guess it worked, So I don't know. We'll see as it goes forward, but I definitely just felt like I had to be more aggressive and more free with the lineups I was in. So we'll just see how it goes.
Can you remember the last time you played that role?
No, I can't.
That's where you tell them when it was. It seems like last season, when you were in the starting lineup, it was like you were the primary or maybe secondary initiator.
Mm-hmm.
And just as the rosters changed, it's kind of like you're the second, maybe often third in
Yeah.
that group. What was that? Has that kind of been like this season, and what going back to kind of being one or two?
Yeah, I think that's probably the biggest difference from the 2 years. And if I'm out there and just running corner to corner and not really being myself, you can start anybody at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's what the idea was behind it. Like, hey, let's see what it looks like. Coming in with a different unit where you be more ball dominant and not necessarily shoot more, but just feel more injected into the game and play my role the best I can.
Or like a point guard.
Yeah.
And like Finch said that he basically asked for permission.
Yeah.
Conversation.
Yeah.
What is that conversation like, and how do you bring it to you?
No, it was respectful, man. It was like it was super cool that he even did that. Like I know he knows I was going to be okay with it. I feel like, but for him to even sit me down and ask says a lot about the respect he has for me and all our players. Like that's big. So I told him right away I had no issue. Like let's go. I'm ready to go. And nobody knew I didn't act any different, man. I just went out there and continue to lead and be who I am.
He talked always in the past. It's like, when you Mike should be more aggressive right out of the gates. Mike to be more aggressive out of the gates.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily who you are as a player.
Right.
Like, does this role, like, right now, do you think this allows you to be, like, more you and less forced, maybe, of, like, here's what this lineup needs, even if it's not really who you are?
Yeah, I think so. I think it cuts your game from, like, a 48-minute game to, like, 36-ish minute game, and I'm playing, my 20-some minutes within that. So,
more rhythm.
Yeah, so you're going a little bit more. So you go right in the game, it's go time. It's, 6 minutes left in the first. You got to start going and get downhill, try to score, try to be aggressive, and not let the game kind of get by you and defer a lot. So I think it'll help, and we'll see how it continues to develop.
It seems like Ant has rediscovered his force offensively. What does that do for you guys when that's the case?
Oh, man. We want him to, like, he's developed a great three-point shot, but when he's downhill, he's one of the best in the league at drawing contact, getting to the rim, finding guys in the corners, and we need that dribble drive penetration to allow our offense to get some advantages for other guys. So just proud that he was able to do that, and hopefully he continues to do it.
And he talked about gap help and stuff, and that's certainly there. It was there tonight on drives that he goes through. Like, he's good enough, seems like, to kind of put pressure on teams regardless of the looks they give him.
He is, and I think what we've been talking to him about a lot is kind of taking the advantage right away. Like, when you see somebody, don't wait and let the double team come to you. Like, go earlier. Like, maybe reject a couple screens, maybe come off and shoot it right away, or whatever it is that he needs to get into a rhythm. But to be aggressive, he needs to kind of get used to doing that, because the more he kind of sits there and tries to dissect it and look at it, the slower he becomes, and the more pressure it is on him, with those guys defending him.
When you guys finally got traction, it was with the lineup that when Cat was out and Nas was in, you guys played last year.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that familiarity kind of clicks in regardless of who's starting the game, those five on the floor? That might be a way to get to that five a little easier, actually, this way.
Yeah, I think so. I think it does allow that group to play a little bit more, because we've got a lot of guys that deserve to play, so it's hard to get guys in the right lineups and mix and match. And so for, maybe this is the way we can get to that lineup a little bit more and give ourselves a little bit more freedom with that.
It seemed like in the second quarter, Ant leaned on the pass a lot more, moved the ball, got a lot of guys seemingly activated, and then he obviously did his thing in the second half. Is that the right mix, you think? Or especially like on nights like this where maybe there's a period where everybody else really touches the ball and feels it, and then he can kind of, probably more freely do his thing after that?
Yeah, I've talked to him about this since I've been here. The cadence of a game sometimes. I've been a part of teams where I've had to defer and pass for the first quarter and a half, and then the second half it's like, go time. Like, go shoot it 5 times, 6 times in a row, whatever it is you got to do to get in a rhythm. But get your guys going first, see if we can get stuff going. Doesn't mean don't shoot it. It means just shoot the ones that are available, open, or good for you, but no reason to force anything early. Get guys involved like you did, and we've got a great roster around him that can take advantage of it.
When you guys win these games and he has that success, does that, I think that helps sink in the message too of like, all right, that is a good formula for me and for this team?
I think so. He's a guy that, he likes to see it, to believe it kind of thing. Like if he sees, guys double teaming him and he gets off it and guys make him pay for it and they slowly get out of the double teams, like that, it's good for him. He'll start to trust that. Just be patient with it and keep growing with that.